Hello, welcome. I really want to see this issue of House of Slaughter. Actually, this storyline, let's put it that way, of House of Slaughter turned into well, it's not the 90s anymore, so we don't do TV miniseries, but a streaming show that's like 4 episodes long or something, like 4 30-minute episodes. Like, I think this would make a really good dramatic presentation. Uh, if you take the really objectionable stuff out of stories like it, you're left with a tale of people dealing with their own fears. What's scarier than the fear that comes from inside of you? Yeah, sure, you look outside and, there's something scary out there. That's dreadful and that's terrible. But that's external. What about those fears that come from inside of you? Those fears that, you know, eat at you while you're asleep, that you dream about, that you feel deep down in your bones. The fear of rejection, the fear of missing out, the fear of being lost, the fear of losing something, losing someone, right? Those are the things that are really unsettling. Yeah, sure, in the moment, a big, terrible external threat is a really scary thing. If you've ever been in a fight, you probably have some idea what I mean. If you've ever been in a really bad situation, number one, I empathize with you. But unless it's like some chronic ongoing situation, you can overcome it. You can overcome it because it goes away. So what if I'm just going to like jump kind of far in here. The fears that you have to deal with manifest into monsters. That's essentially what they're going through here in House of Slaughter. And I didn't really realize it until they made it very blatant in this issue, talking about how these monsters that they're dealing with, the Oscuro types, get generated. You have to have somebody who puts this fear in people. All right. So it's like, when you're kids, you tell stories about like Bloody Mary or whatever. And I thought that was just where all these monsters came from, was just somebody's stories would make them come about. But they kind of go into it here. There's not just the person who puts the idea in people's heads. There's all the people who have that idea in their heads. And how they feel, their fears, how they react, generates the monsters that then come out and try to eat them or kill other people or whatever. So that's what we're dealing with here. So all the kids are not stupid. They figured out that he's here to fight monsters, that the paper dolls talk. Like, they figured out all this stuff because kids are not as dumb as you think they are. They're always watching. They have a lot less to do than an adult does. So they can devote time to just observing things. Um, you know, I'm not. I don't want this to be a weird comparison, but like pets are the same way. Yeah, this is a weird comparison. Um, they look at you all the time. They observe you all the time. Kids are the same way. As an adult, when you're around kids, you got to be careful because if you make one little crack, an off-color joke or something, the kid's going to pick it up and repeat it. They're very observant. So they were observant here. They totally know, not everything, but they know a lot. They know what's up. And so our little homeboy Bait is getting them ready to party. And as they're getting ready to party, like the kids are kind of realizing exactly what's going on, that they're the ones that are responsible for this stuff. It's really cool. It's really cool. This feels like a great sequence. This would be like a good 5 minute kind of like cut in between like what's going on now and then montaging cool scenes and stuff sequence in a movie. I really liked it. It felt really good. I got to like this part here where they're breaking into the gun cabinet and I saw this stuff and I was just like, wow. So the idea is that the House of Slaughter needs people to start dying so they can clean up the monsters. So they need to kill all the people involved. Bait obviously doesn't want to murder a whole bunch of people. And if possible, he probably wants them to live. So he's getting the kids armed, no training, no nothing, so they can go have like a last stand against the monsters. It's really great stuff. And then after this, they start fighting, and things kind of go downhill real quick for them. And I loved it. I kind of mock House of Slaughter and Something is Killing the Children sometimes because there's issues where not a lot happens. And that ain't the case here. This issue was just chock full of good stuff. I dug it a lot. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye bye.